What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what on earth happened today as we were down over 5%. I'm also going to talk about the overall stock market, what's going on with the Ukraine situation that did play a role in the market being red, what's going on with the overall market, what's going on with Tesla, and what Elon Musk, the man, the myth, the legend, Elon Musk put on his Twitter page that makes me very bullish and excited for the future of this company. Now, before I get into any more details, before I talk about what's going on with Elon Musk and Tesla stock, I do have to mention a couple of very important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to get a free Neo share. So if you want this opportunity, please check out the link down below. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, guys, something unexpected happened across the entire market. We were bloody red. And after the red day we had yesterday, many technical indicators were showing we should have had a bounce off 800. I'm sorry, off 810. And the opposite ended up happening. We ended up not just dropping to 800, we dropped below it. And that's pretty insane that that happened. I mean, I didn't even expect that to happen. And it's pretty crazy. Like, next to no one expected Tesla to drop below 800 like that, especially because it's a Friday. So I want to talk about this with a little bit more detail. So let's actually talk about what's going on. Look at AMC down 6.66%. The IWM is down 1.6%. I mean, there were some things that were kind of green, like Berkshire Hathaway, but then looking at the SPY, it's down 1.27%. The Nasdaq was also down. I mean, we're just seeing red all over the place, right? Some things were green, but the majority of stocks out there were red. And why on earth is this happening? Well, there are many reasons. One of them has to do with, what's going on with gas and oil. Some people are talking about the fact that Russia has been escalating. There were other headlines which I can't really go into too much detail about because they're really, sad, and it's horrible, right? This is still going on. Russia has not shown many signs of pure on de-escalation. It's still pretty scary. And on top of that, we have rate hikes coming out next week during the FOMC meeting, or at least they'll most likely be coming out. So the market's very uncertain, it's very fearful. And I did tell you guys going into that time, we would particularly see a bit of a sell off. And it actually came way earlier than I anticipated. I didn't expect it to start this week. I thought it would probably start around next week, maybe around Tuesday, but it ended up happening much earlier. So that did play a role in Tesla dropping the way it did. Well, another thing that's a little bit suspicious is looking at what's going on in this market. And that is the fact that these big institutions do dictate these prices, but they also redirect trades into dark pools. Look at Tesla's dark pool activity for today, or the offlit exchange volume. You guys could see it right here. The offlit exchange volume made up for 42% of the volume. 42% of trades happen on offlit exchanges, guys. That's suspicious. Elon Musk has talked about how shorting is just insane on Tesla. And like I said, guys, there is manipulation that plays its role too. So, like I said, for a massive, massive company like Tesla to have this crazy volatility, these crazy swings, sometimes things are a little suspicious. I mean, we saw some massive red candles, but like I said, guys, it's not the end of the world because we know something. If you are a long term investor, this should not phase you in any way, knowing that eventually we're not just going to recover, but we're going to break all time highs again. For the short term, though, I want to talk about something important. That is the fact that given what the technical indicators are now showing, considering the fact that the $800 level of support is not necessarily holding up, for Monday, I would probably expect something similar to happen again because look, we're still going to be fighting for 800. You want to see us get there, and it does not look like it's going to hold up for maybe the first like few days. So I want to actually talk about that. So let me zoom out a little bit first, and let me bring up some other indicators. We're going to use the MACD or the MACD. Some people call it that, but we're going to use the DMI too. So look at this. Going into more detail, we can see the MACD flips with the 9-day moving average showing tons of bearish momentum. Super trend gives us a sell signal. RSI is all the way down to 38.87, showing Tesla is pretty oversold. So we should see a bounce in the future, perhaps sometime next week. But for now, it doesn't look like we're at that point where we're going to see that bounce. We're seeing the spread from the positive and negative DMIs after the crossover. That's a bearish indicator. So it's looking pretty bearish right now. So considering the fact that if I bring up the 5-minute candles, we're getting, we didn't get a buy signal from the super trend. We just got a massive sell signal, and we just kept dropping and dropping. I didn't expect it to be this low, guys. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So the question is, where are we going to go to in the future? So we want to look at Monday. On Monday, if Tesla does not break above 800 and treat that as support, if we can't do that, then it's going to become a resistance level. And if anything, I think because we're on this downward trend, we're going to drop a little bit more. There's a little bit more room for us to drop. So I am going to be a little bit more bearish going into Monday, considering the fact that we have the FOMC meeting. There's so much uncertainty when Powell talks. Sometimes the market just it gets confused or really sad, and crazy, crazy things happen. So the last time we dropped like this, we had support at 782. So that's the line which I'm going to be looking out for real quick. So I want to see us get to perhaps 780. I think we're most likely going to bounce off of that. And that's the way I see this chart moving. So for Monday, I see us descending a little bit, maybe trading sideways and slowly dropping all the way down to about 780 or so. We might get a rejection from that from the bearer perspective, and we're probably going to get a bit of a run up after that. And I think the run up is going to continue by Tuesday. And I think it also depends on the FOMC meeting, whether something big is announced. So on Tuesday, we're probably going to see some sideways action, maybe a bit of a green day. But then going into the later days of the week, depending on to what extent rate hikes are actually, raised or announced, that's going to affect where Tesla goes to. So I want to see how that comes out. It's most likely going to be a 25 basis point hike. But once we get that confirmation, then I can determine exactly what's going to happen after Wednesday. And we're just going to wait on that for now before we talk about that going into the future. But right now, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we started dipping a little bit more. We should get a bounce around 780. And once we get there, guys, I think better things should come. Now, anyways, I want to talk about other pieces of news coming out too, because looking at this right here, we're seeing a lot of big articles coming out, such as the Motley Fool, talking about the fact that one of the reasons why Tesla dropped is because of the fact that they're raising their prices due to commodities going up by about $1,000. So that was for the Model 3 and I think the Model Y too. And when these things come out, guys, it's not necessarily a horrible thing, because a Tesla being $1,000 more expensive is not going to stop. I don't presume it's going to stop people from buying it, considering the fact that they had a Cybertruck that was announced. They didn't release it fully yet, but they announced it and they already have over 1 million orders. So they have a big brand. They have lots of love. People love the cars. So I don't think this is going to be anything too bad. So I don't think that this is the reason why we dropped, but that may have played somewhat of a role as the Monthly Fool is reporting that, but I'm just putting it out there. Anyways, I want to end the video by talking about two last things from Twitter. The first thing is this right here. I believe Grimes and Elon Musk have welcomed a second child together, and her name is quite memorable. So her name is supposed to be. It's supposed to be Exa Dark Sidereal. I don't know. I said that completely wrong, but her nickname is Y, right? So we have baby X or baby Ash. X Ash A12 was the first one. Now we have baby Y. So I think that's really funny. Huge congratulations to them. It's very awesome. I think Elon Musk has talked about how awesome he thinks babies are, and I'm just putting it out there. So huge congratulations to them. It's very, very amazing. I do see a very bright future for that child and the future for Elon Musk as well. I also want to talk about this right here. So we are going to get some full self-driving beta updates coming out over the weekend. We also have this piece of news right here, which states that Tesla introduces a new car pickup service in Germany, allowing delivery outside of business hours. That's going to be a game changer. That's going to be amazing in my opinion, because of the fact that, look, better customer service. They're really, really getting out there in Europe, in Germany. And on top of that, we're getting better pickup service times. That's going to be more convenient for users. It's very awesome. I can't wait for how this really, really plays out. So people are just making jokes about the fact that that's going to be awesome outside of business hours. It's going to be absolutely insane. I can't wait for the real hours to come out. But like I said, it's very good news, and I can't wait for what the future holds. So remember, guys, the short term, yeah, there are going to be some drops here and there. But remember, as long as the fundamentals are there, as long as the community remains sane and very strong, which I believe it will, This thing is going to recover. We're going to see a lot more big institutions buying into it, and we are going to break all-time highs again if you just give it time. Remain patient, never ever quit, and I am a little bit bearish going into next week, or at least the first few days, but I am very bullish for the long term, so nothing has changed. That's what I have for this one. I thank you all for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.